Yo, what is up YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2019 of Baek Battles. Today we are using the Dialga Kyogre team once again with Dialga, Kyogre, Pheromosa, Incineroar, Salamence, and Tapu Koko. Let's get started and play some games. I think this team has been doing very well in the previous episodes. It's been pretty strong. The Dialga has been getting some great matchups, putting in a lot of work. And even when we've had a disadvantageous matchup where we couldn't bring Dialga, I think the other Pokemon were able to pilot through just fine. So, if you haven't checked out the previous episode, highly recommend go check it out. But let's get started and see if we can find some games today. I think I would like to see the Tapu Koko putting in a bit more work. I feel like Tapu Koko has been the Pokemon we brought the least with this team so far. But I don't know. I think Tapu Koko is a pretty solid Pokemon. It allows us to handle Amoonguss a bit more effectively because, of course, the Spore threat is super huge there. I also like Tapu Koko because of its fast. It gives us a fast mode because the rest of my team isn't exactly that fast. Wow, we got an interesting one here. Lunala, Kyogre, Tapu Koko, Lopunny, the Braviary, and the Stakataka. Okay, very interesting here. So some things to note that could be scary. I don't like using Salamence in this matchup. I like 5 Pokemon potentially. I like everything other than Salamence because I don't think Salamence just puts in any work because there's a Stakataka. Against Lunala is kind of nice, but the Tapu Koko is also kind of annoying. I don't know if this is Tailwind, Trick Room, or both, too, because like you got a really fast mode with most of the team, and then you got a Stakataka, which means I guess you get a Trick Room. I think the play is just Kyogre, Pharaoh. That's really weak to like a Lopunny Braviary lead, which is so obscure. Do I like Dialga enough? It's really good against a Braviary, which is like the tempting part of it. I don't need Tapu Koko specifically, but it'd be nice overall. But I think having a way to have speed control is huge, and I don't really like Mence in this game because it doesn't really switch into like Precipice Blitz. I mean, not Precipice Blitz. It doesn't really switch into Moongeist Beams or Water Spouts extremely well, where Dialga can tank those attacks. So we'll see how this goes, but this is definitely going to be a tougher one. I just hope it's not Lopunny Braviary lead, which is an obscure lead, but it's Braviary Lunala, which is acceptable. The question is, where's the Z move? Because I feel like it should be the Lunala, but Braviary liked to carry the Z move back in the day, so not really too sure. Also a main problem that we're gonna have is a superpower from the Braviary if it does carry it. We also don't know how fast this Braviary is either, so this is a very scary lead right off the bat here. Koko would have been a great lead if we could have brought it, but the problem is I also brought 3 Fighting Weeks. It might be worth just trading Pheromosa, even though it's a good Pokemon here. I don't have a good switch in, and I think I need Incineroar if Pheromosa goes down to deal with the Lunala. Also, because we need Intimidate because we lose to the Lopunny otherwise, and I think Dialga needs health. So I'm just going to draw off an Origin Pulse and knock off here. I'm expecting Superpower plus a attack here from the Lunala, although if it does go for like a Tailwind or a Trick Room for some reason, I think it'd be Tailwind, but if it does draw off a Trick Room, that's actually Tailwind here, it's actually pretty good. Lunala's going to go first and just throw off a Moongeist Beam, so I don't think it'd be Scarf Lunala on this team, but something to keep in note. Pheromosa's going to get targeted with the Moongeist Beam, not really do much. Just a Brave Bird, though, from the Braviary. That was a weird way for Brave Bird to come out, but just going to target my Kyogre. That's banded, or it gets a crit, okay. So that's pretty bad off the bat, but Origin Pulse does double connect, so that should be a knock on the Braviary unless it's Assault Vest, or super bulky for some reason. And we should be able to knock out the Lunala, so this bad turn might have just turned into a great one for us, as knockoff going to come out, knock out the Lunala. Okay. Very interesting turn there. Really interesting turn. Yeah. Not expecting that. The only problem is Kyogre next to Lopunny is very troublesome, especially with that critical hit. The crit's actually really annoying there because of the fact that because I'm crit with the Kyogre, I'm most likely just not gonna be. I'm not gonna be able to take a water type attack from the Kyogre, and Lopunny is gonna get the high jump kick into the Pheromosa slot. So this is looking actually very problematic, even though we were in a pretty decent position in the beginning. Yeah. So turn 1 could have been better if you didn't crit me, because right here I could just draw off an Origin Pulse. But I think I have to sack Incineroar here. And I think I have to protect Kyogre because I need a slot to keep the Pheromosa around. Because next, what I'm thinking is sacking Incineroar here, getting Dialga in, having Kyogre go down so I could Trick Room safely and then get my Pheromosa under Trick Room to sweep. Because I think that's how I'm going to win this game if I have any shot of winning. So get the Intimidate off in it Lopunny, which is huge so I can live high jump kick. Unless this Lopunny has like some kind of tech that we haven't seen yet. So Mega Lopunny gonna come out on the field. Salamence or Coco would have actually been really good here, ironically, for the end game. But we will protect our Kyogre here. So we will see a Fake Out gonna come out into the Pheromosa slot. I guess maybe my opponent was scouting for a Protect, which I guess is fair. Yeah, that's kind of fair. Especially if you're high jump kick, you kind of are forced to go for that. So now that we have the spread target, now that Pheromosa doesn't have to be revealed yet, doesn't have to come in yet, we will get in our Dialga and set up the Trick Room, and hopefully we should be able to live high jump kick plus Water Spout in my opinion. I'm gonna go for the Trick Room and a Origin Pulse. Pretty sure Kyogre goes down. Our jump kick gonna come out. We should tank that with the Intimidate. Oh, did we just miss Barry? Oh, that's so bad. We do connect Origin Pulse though, so maybe it was better to Thunder because I didn't expect to have the faster Kyogre. But we knock out Lopunny, so actually we should be fine now. I did expect our Kyogre to be faster actually. But as long as Pheromosa hits an attack, we should be set up. Especially if Trick Room goes up. But Dialga actually just faints, so that didn't exactly go to plan, but I mean, I'll take it. That wasn't exactly optimal, and I just don't see a way out there. Alright, we'll go Pheromosa here. The optimal play is to Power Whip, even if we do have a chance to miss, because I don't think Gyro Ball is a 2 KO on the Kyogre, especially if it's slower than my own Kyogre, so we'll go for the Power Whip right here into the Kyogre slot. Scald gonna come out, so my opponent's hoping for burn and misses here. Let's get the burn. Can we hit? Okay. That should be enough to put in Gyro Ball range. I want to say that's close. I think I have to hit another power up. Ooh boy. I just don't think Gyro Ball does enough. If we weren't burned, I would go for it, but I'm going for power up. He's probably protecting, yeah. He or she's probably you have to protect here, and then you gotta go for Scald again. Or Ice Beam, but I don't think Ice Beam will finish me off. So we'll go for Power Up right here. And let's see, it comes down to Pharaoh. Scald gonna come out. Doesn't knock me out. We do hit the Power Up though, so I got very fortunate in this battle. I am not going to lie, that was not exactly the best played. I didn't expect the high jump kick to do that much. I thought I would have around 70 health with the Dialga and was hoping I could tank the Water Spout. That high jump kick actually just missed proccing my berry by like 1 or 2 HP. No, it was 1 HP. I was at 52. The berry procs at 51. So, oh man, that could have been scary. But luckily, we were able to hit all our moves. The Origin Pulse on Lopunny was huge because knocking out the Lopunny was pretty much how I was able to seal up. Not seal up the game, because if I missed a Power Whip, it could have been bad. But yeah, if it was a faster Kyogre, I was very fortunate enough for it not to be a faster Kyogre. But I wasn't surprised that my Kyogre was like faster, just because of the fact that my opponent probably had a Trick Room mode. But yeah, still not exactly the optimal play, because if it was the faster Kyogre, it would have just ended up as a loss. We would have lost high jump kick because we missed our berry proc. I was hoping either a berry proc or we would have been healthy enough to live the water spout anyway. And then the water spouts would have KO'd afterwards. So not exactly the best played. I'm trying to think of what could have been better. I think Coco, just bringing Coco was better. Maybe Coco Mints might have been better, but if it's like a surprise adrenaline orb on the what's it called? The adrenaline orb on the Coco on the Braviary could have been scary. Another Kyogre team, which is nice, but this one is scary because you have Gengar and Landorus. Why is that scary? Gengar has Shadow Attack, so it could trap in my Dialga, which means I can't switch out, which is actually super scary. Gengar Whimsicott's also kind of scary. Pokemon I want to bring Dialga Salamence for sure. Do I want to bring in Incineroar? It's tempting. Not sure if I want it, but it would be pretty good. Coco's decent here with Twinkle Tackle for the Ray. But I'm thinking Dialga Salamence. Actually, maybe Salamence Kyogre is a better lead. I usually lead the Dialga a lot, and I feel like my opponents expect that. So actually, I'm going to try out Salamence Kyogre. I'm going to switch things up. I think it's also pretty good against the Gengar Whimsicott lead as well. Yeah. And it's pretty good against most of my opponent's team, especially since Origin Pulse kind of destroys like half my opponent's team and does chip it against the others. We'll bring the Fairfront and Dialga in the back. I think Coco could do work, but the problem is my opponent is most likely going to get Tailwind up, which means I'm probably going to have to get a Trick Room up. So Coco and Trick Room's not exactly the ideal situation. So yeah, we'll see how this works. I also just really like the ability to wall the opponent's Kyogre because we're actually bringing all of our water resist, which is kind of nice. Whimsicott Kyogre actually going to take the field. Okay. So we'll see whose Kyogre is faster off right off the bat. And yeah, Dialga would have actually been a really solid lead here, which is the unfortunate part for me. But also fake tears from the Whimsicott is actually super scary to deal with as well. Looks like my opponent's Kyogre is faster. Okay. So there are two plays I'm expecting. Tailwind Protect. I don't know. I don't think you would Tailwind Protect here because if you Tailwind Protect, I could set up my own Tailwind and then we're kind of in this stalemate, right? So I don't think you would Tailwind Protect here. I think you would attack with the Kyogre. Fake Tears is something I'm very concerned about too because if it's Fake Tears, that's also very frustrating for my team to handle. Of course, there could be a switch from the Whimsicott into an Intimidate Mon. I'm assuming Landorus plus Ray will be the last two Pokemon. I'm a little bit scared about the Ray. I mean, not the Ray, the Landorus, but I think Origin Pulse into Double Edge will be fine right now. Because I'm not sure if you would switch in the Landorus into an Origin Pulse, so... Or a Water Spout if I want to go for it. So I'm going to go out. I'm just going to Mega Evolve. I'm going to go on the offense. We are max attack Salamence. This should do a lot of damage. Tailwind actually going to be set up. But yeah, as I mentioned before, I assumed that most likely the Kyogre would attack here. So I'm going to be able to get a very powerful Double Edge off. Might be even able to pick up a knockout with the Origin Pulse. But I think we're just barely off the mark. As Thunder actually going to come out. Not even an Ice Beam. So I guess that's better. Because we get to keep Ments. We do hit both, which is good. Kyogre is in threat range though. Oh, we do knock out the Kyogre crit. No, it's not even a crit, so that's just a frail Kyogre. I don't know. I felt like Double should have done 90 if it's a frail Kyogre, so maybe just more of a faster variant. Rayquaza gonna come out. Okay. This is where it gets concerning because I have no idea where the attacks are gonna go into. I don't need Fairforn anymore, which is a positive note, so I think I will just go into Fairforn and go into Dialga right here. Endeavor is like the scariest thing here in this position. Dealing with Endeavor is not fun for my team. So we gotta be very cautious, but I am gonna double switch here because of the fact that I feel like that this is gonna be my best play because I'm not sure if you Endeavor right off the bat, although I don't think you would Endeavor double target something right off the bat, especially when I can double protect. So we'll get both our steals in. If you Endeavor my Dialga, I get my berry back anyway, so it's fine. So we'll see the Rayquaza Mega Evolve, which is okay here. I'm surprised. No, actually it makes sense bringing in the Rayquaza. You can't hit my Ments really that hard unless you had Moonblast with the Whimsicott. You do have Moonblast actually. Okay, so perfect switches by me, I guess. We do get to tank the Moonblast, and the Dragon's not gonna come out, so that's perfect actually. Yep. Okay. That's very nice. Oh, it double targets my Pheromosa, which is probably even better for me, realistically. The Rayquaza is gonna take the Iron Barbs, but I think I could go for. What the chance do you have Taunt? That's the question. Because Whimsicott can Taunt. I feel like it should have. Okay, so we saw Moonblast, we saw Tailwind. I want to say Encore is one of your moves. I just don't know if it's Taunt in the back. I really want to get Trick Room up. I don't have to though. Because once Tailwind expires, my Landorus is going to be the fastest thing on the field. It might be better just to Gyro Ball. And the question is, do I Dragon Pulse or Flash Cannon the Whimsicott? I think it's better to just Flash Cannon the Whimsicott so there's no more Tailwind. We'll see if this is the optimal play or not. Rayquaza is actually going to protect, which is not bad for me. Yeah, it is Taunt. Okay. So either way, even if I Trick Room and attack the Whimsicott with my Pheromosa, which was my original plan, I think this works out fine. Although it might have been better just to double up the Ray slot, because even if a Taunt comes out, next turn I could just Dragon Pulse into Gyro Ball and potentially either pick up a double knockout or a ton of damage on my opponent's side. We're going to see what comes out here from my opponent. It's probably going to be the Landorus. That's what I would assume here. Yeah, Landorus does come out. Tailwind's going to expire in 2 turns. Yeah, we should be fine. No, it should expire this turn, yeah. So I can go for a sack Pheromosa play, I think. I'm gonna Gyro Ball the Ray and just protect the Dialga. Oh, I can't protect because I taunted it. I guess that means I just sack Kyogre then, which is fine. I'm pretty sure it's just Earthquake into Dragon Scent coming out. The only play I'm a little bit scared of SD, but I can't really, like, if I switch in Salamence here, it's really bad because Dragon Scent would put me in range of extreme speed. So that's not exactly the best play. I have to call what this Ray is, but it's our power. Okay, so it's mixed. It's probably just Sash mixed then. Yeah, so Earthquake into Earth Power. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I want to say Max Attack Doublet should knock out the Landorus, but I'm not exactly too sure. I'm gonna go Salamence. I'm gonna go Dialga here. It's max attack and I'm not intimidated. It normally KOs no bulk Landorus. It just depends on this Landorus at bulk. Which it could because it might be Perish, but I kind of doubt it's Perish. The Ray might not protect. Here's the thing. Ray could protect. A Rock Tomb could come out from Landorus. That's like the one thing I'm super scared about. I think I'm going to double edge here. The Landorus. The Ray is at neutral. I think I just double up the Landorus slot this turn. I don't think Landorus is protecting. Yeah, it's not. Okay. So we got a double edge off into the Landorus, which actually does pick up the knockout. So yeah, that's the game. Nice. And Dragon Scent is going to come out. That will target down my Salamence, but that won't be enough. And, ooh. Okay. Salamence will go down, but Dragon Pulse will be sure to get rid of this Rayquaza at -2. We know it's not Assault Vest, so Dragon Pulse for sure will pick up the knockout, and that'll be another win. So, super scary. Landorus was definitely the endgame Pokemon that was probably the most threatening here. Luckily, it wasn't a Swords Dance Rayquaza, although those have been dropping immensely in popularity for these mixed sets of Earth Power. And I think, thankfully, yeah, it wasn't a bulky set. Landorus, which this team kind of looked a bit more hyper offensive. You got the Gengar Whimsicott, which usually indicates a hyper offensive mode. The Kyogre was faster, and the Salamence a mixed Salamence that wasn't assault vest usually tends to be a more um, offensive team composition. So just assuming that, I would assume the Landorus would be probably more offensive as well, probably max speed. So that's the reason why I assumed it would not be that bulky, and that double edge should pick up the KO, which it did, which was very nice. And I don't think Landorus protects there, because if I just double edge your Ray slot, your and Landorus protects, which is a valid play, I think, for me, because that if I get rid of your Ray, that means Landorus is by itself, and you would 100% lose the game. I'd be fine there. So that was my thought process. I guess it could have been the other way where Landorus protects and Rayquaza just attacks, but I feel like I feel like it's super risky because Salamence could realistically target either slot there. So I think you either hope that Landorus could survive the double edge, which, you know, maybe if I was a mixed Mence with less physical attack, maybe it could have. But since I am max attack on this team, I felt like I was pretty comfortable with taking a knockout there. So yeah, Salamence coming in clutch. I'm fighting Tapu Koko again. Maybe in the last battle, well, we still have one more game of today's episode. Maybe that Tapu Koko can come in, put in some work. Hopefully. We do not know yet. So, yeah. Otherwise, our team has been working pretty well so far. And, yeah. Would there be anything I should have done differently in that game? I guess like where I could have capitalized was just double target the race slot. But here's the thing. Yeah, double targeting the race slot would have been fine with Dragon Pulse Gyro Ball. I think that was the better play because since my opponent protected and taunted, like I would have been in such a good spot the following turn. No, because you could Dragon Send my Pheromosa afterward, and then it'd be Whimsicott next to Landorus, and it'd be a weird position. I mean, it was still going to be the same position regardless. I either targeted down the Whimsicott, knocked it out, or I got rid of the Ray. Ray most likely took another knockout too. So, yeah, I guess that was another factor. Maybe another play, if I was expecting Rock Tomb, was double edge the Ray slot and Trick Room, but the problem with that is if the Ray attacks there, I feel like the recoil, and since Delta Stream disappeared, Rock Tomb I feel like would knock out the Mence potentially, even though we have high defense, and we're not like a hasty nature. If Rock Tomb from Landorus, if it's max attack, I feel like would KO at that range after the double edge recoil. So that's my thought process, but we'll be right back with the third game of today's episode. Alright, we got our last opponent, 1496 rated player from Japan as our last opponent. Oh boy, this is scary. Lele, Mewtwo, Pheromosa, Celesteela, Salamence, and Kyogre. Oh boy, this is such a scary team. This is such a scary team, jeez. Where do I even begin? Where do I even begin? I don't even know where to begin because this is all scary. If I could get Trick 'em Up, that's ideal. There's definitely a Pheromosa leading. I don't think Lele Mewtwo leads off the bat because I have a Dialga and a Pheromosa. So Pheromosa has to lead here. If that's the case. The question is who you would lead with. I think I'm gonna go Coco Ogre actually. Dialga, and I want to actually go Instant, I think. Do I go Instant? I want that Intimidate. Even though Pheromosa's really good here, I feel like it might not be the case for this match. Just because of the fact that if I, let's say, lead the, let's say if I bring the Pharaoh, I'm very scared of a Celesteela with Flamethrower, which could be the case, although it's very unlikely that they run Flamethrower. It's still a possibility that I don't want to risk right off the bat, especially since my opponent's only answer to Pheromosa, it looks like, is that Pheromosa. So I feel like it has to lead here. Yeah, Lele Pheromosa. Let's see if it's Scarf Lele. It's not Scarf Lele. That throws in the plan. Okay. I feel like Pheromosa has to switch out. Oh, if it's all about pummeling, that's scary. Maybe the best... I want a Volt Switch here, but I think the optimal play is just to go out and Incineroar for Intimidate. Because I'd avoid a Psychic too. I could reset the terrain. I just feel like if I play too defensive, I could get easily overwhelmed. I'm gonna go Incineroar here. Do I just throw up the Origin Pulse or do I Protect though? I think it might be better just to Protect turn 1. I could get a big Origin Pulse off right off the bat. But I feel like the play is just to go and Sin here to take a Psychic move. Because I think... You might click Moonblast here, but I think Psychic's a bit more likely. I could switch back into Tapu Koko, reset the terrain, and then Kyogre should be guaranteed to live any attack combination of attacks from these Pokemon. Except maybe Z Focus Blast into Psyshock. But we'll see what comes out here. Bug Buzz, okay. Into the Kyogre and a Psychic into the Kyogre as well. Okay. So that's pretty ideal there. Again, getting rid of this Pheromosa is the key to success right here. We'll go out into our Tapu Koko and just go for the Origin Pulse right here. The goal is to get rid of this Pheromosa as quick as possible, because if I can get rid of this Pheromosa, definitely the key here. I also want to chip on Lele to put in range of a Gleam for my Koko, which is why I want to go for an Origin Pulse. I'll risk it. Gonna go for the Raw Focus Blast. Gonna hit the Koko, which won't be able to KO. Yeah, it does half though. Psychic gonna come out. Luckily no Psyshock. This shouldn't do too much. That's Specs, okay. Oh, come on. That's not ideal. Oh well. I don't know if it's Sash or Z-Move or whatever, but I'm gonna Gleam Origin Pulse because I get a knockout either way. Because if he Focus Blasts my Koko again, 1, you have to hit. 2, my Kyogre survives anything from the Lele. So I'm going to Origin Pulse plus Gleam here. Because I should be guaranteed 1. At least. And if you switch out Pheromosa to preserve it for the Ferrothorn, I just literally get the... I literally get to click Trick Room afterward. So I think that's fine. Ice Beam. Oh yeah, because it's guaranteed hits. Okay. I wonder if it's Sash. Because if it's Sash... with Protect, that's scary. Special Attack Rise. Psychic again. I need to hit the Origin Pulse. Both, potentially. Gotta love Origin Pulse. I guess that's my fault, but I really needed the KO on Lele if Koko was going down there. Although I could go Incineroar here, there's probably... this is so frustrating, because Kyogre is going to come in, and I think I lose. Mewtwo comes out, okay. Maybe I have a shot. If the Mewtwo comes out first, there might be a chance. I need you not to go for a fighting move into the Kyogre slot. I'm going to go Incin here and Protect. I have to then fake out Trick Room. Hope I can get Trick Room off if the Mewtwo for some reason carries Taunt. This is so scary. I'm just glad it wasn't Kyogre that came out, because if it was Kyogre that came out, that was game over. We'll go Incin here. Intimidate doesn't matter because we revealed it's going to be a special attacking Pheromosa. If this is Mewtwo X, I would also potentially lose. But no Mega Evolution going to come out here. We will Protect here. Focus Blast in the Dialga, which makes sense. Z-Move. Oh, I think my opponent Z-moved into the... try to get the KO through Protect onto my Kyogre. Unless it's a setup move for some reason. But yeah, it's Shattered Psyche. Oh, that's good, because I can trick him here and fake out. That's so good for me. Please don't have Taunt on the Mewtwo. If you have Taunt on the Mewtwo, this game is over. Pheromosa retreats. Kyogre? Yeah. Good play. Oh boy. I mean, it's doable. It's very doable. It's scary, but it's very doable. I had to sack my Incineroar here, which is the problem. If there's taunt, it's game over. The fake out will go out into Kyogre. Thunder. Okay. That's a good amount. We will get Trick 'em up. I think that Dragon Pulse and a Snarl is the best play. The reason is I think Snarl will put this Kyogre into range of my Thunder from my own Kyogre, and a Snarl plus 2 Dragon Pulses might get rid of the Mewtwo. And also, like, lowering the special attack on the Kyogre is pretty big. We do hit the Snarls, which is really good. Get the chip. We're not doing enough to the Mewtwo, I think. Lower that special attack. Dragon Pulse. Okay, that is a 2K. Okay. Origin Pulse gonna come out. Will connect with both Pokemon, but thankfully, -1 special attack means Dialga gets to tank it even better, which I really like. And then let's see what the Mewtwo goes for. Ice Beam. Okay. No freeze. Okay. Oh, Electric Terrain disappears. I wasn't counting the Electric Terrain. No. Okay, still fine. It's still fine. Still fine. Oh, Dragon Pulse here and Protect, I think. Okay, what was it? Bug Buzz, Ice Beam, Focus Blast. We didn't see the last move. But if you Hard Switch out... is it better just to go for immediate damage? Because I'm thinking Mewtwo protects here, and the Kyogre attacks. It can get a bit ugly. But let me see what the Kyogre spread move is. Well, we saw Origin Pulse, actually. Never mind. But I don't know. This guy might have just Hyper Offense. Okay, Mewtwo has Protect. Oh... Scary, 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 scary. It might come down to whether okay, it has Thunder too. If I Dragon Pulse Kyogre, I was actually in a good spot. Dragon Pulse. Thunder. Comes down to Pheromosa having Protect. Or if it is Focus Blast. Because I could dodge Focus Blast too. We don't know where the Z move is. Oh no, we saw the Z move on Mewtwo actually. Oh, that means it's probably Sash on Pheromosa. And I think I'd lose. I would have to dodge Focus Blast twice, I think. Oh, no, 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 no. I should have thought about that. I should have thought it was more likely Sash. I should have just Dragon Pulse Thundered the Kyogre when I had the chance. I might need a full para too. That might help. Mewtwo goes down. Thunder will come out. Let's see. Oh, that's so close to a knockout. Thunder comes out. Comes down to this Pheromosa. Oh, boy. Alright. Always Dragon Pulse here. Because it comes down to Sash, it hitting Focus Blast, multiple factors here. Dragon Pulse will come out. It is Sash. Okay, it comes down to it hitting 2 Focus Blast. Unless you Ice Beam multiple times. You hit the first one though. And that's going to be a good game. Oh. Don't know what to say about that. If I think about it, yes, hitting those 2 Origin Pulses would have been great. But I think I should have at least clicked Thunder once just to confirm it. Yeah, because I think I didn't need to knock out now that I think about it. I think it was better just to click Thunder in the first place. I think the turn 1 was pretty excellent how it worked out. I think I liked how the turn 1 played. Turn 2, if we hit the Origin Pulse, it would have worked out, but I think I should just went for the Thunder. Well, if it was Spec Slate, no, I'd rather hit Origin Pulse turn 1, and then turn 2, I would click Thunder into the Pheromosa. Yes, because since we revealed it was Specs on the Lele, I would have I think it would have been fine if Specs Lele was kept around, as long as I was put in a position where I could get Trick Room up, and I think I could have easily got that if the Lele was still on the field. But I wanted to get her Psychic Terrain too in case the Lele switched, so... But I still think it was more optimal to target down the Pheromones with Thunder instead of risking Origin Pulse twice. But I think first Origin Pulse was okay. Second one should have been a Thunder into the Pheromosa. Brought to Sash. I could have got Para too, which would have been excellent because Dialga didn't outsped it. So yeah, looking back at it, there was a one regret of not clicking Thunder into the Pheromosa slot. Because if I clicked Thunder, I would have been in a good spot too. Otherwise, another turn I could have played better was the Dragon Pulse into the Thunder into the Kyogre slot. And if I got that, or even if just Dragon Pulse the Kyogre slot and Protect there, I think I would have been a great play. I think targeting the Mewtwo was a bit just unnecessary, as well as just not really thinking about the obvious Protect there, because I wasn't sure my opponent had Protect there. But yeah, that since it did reveal Protect, that game was lost. But hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2019 Back to Battles. If you did enjoy, please leave a like down below, show your support, as well as you can check out my other stuff down below in the description. Leave a comment down below and share this video with your friends, always appreciated. And if you do want to support my channel, there is my Patreon page if you want to go that extra mile. But there is other ways to support my channel. Again, check out my social media, it's really huge, including my Twitch channel, where I will be trying to stream 3 times a week for this month. You can also check out the team down below if you do want to try it out. There is a Pacement, so feel free to try it out on Pokemon Showdown or Battle Spot or whatever. But otherwise, thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day, people. Until we battle again, I'll catch y'all later.